Greetings and salutations, YouTubers. This is ZillaFan85, of course representing YouTube's bargain basement of the airwaves. And I'm back today with my latest video, my latest figure review. Today we're going to go ahead and take a look at my Bandai Movie Monster Series Baragon figure. So this was one I was definitely glad to have gotten picked up. I picked it up at this year's MegaCon in Orlando, Florida. Definitely, like I said, was happy to add it to my collection. I do have the Revoltech Baragon, which I previously reviewed, and I love that figure, but, just wanted to go ahead and get this one anyway, But, like I said, I was definitely happy to have picked this one up. I do apologize that I haven't been making that many videos lately. It's been a while. It's just been, just dealing with a lot of personal stuff and whatnot. So I don't know how often I will be uploading, but at least try to get something out to you guys here and there. And I wanted to get this one done today, this review. So let's go ahead and jump into it here. Of course, this is based on the original Showa incarnation of Baragon, the Showa version of Baragon, my personal favorite design for him anyways. And this is, of course, more so based off the 65 version from Frankenstein versus Baragon, otherwise known as Frankenstein Conquers the World. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look at the tag that he came with first. As you guys always denote, I don't keep the tags on my figures, but I do, when I cut them off, I do keep them like collector cards. So nice little money shot here of Baragon when he was rising up out of the earth. I believe this is when he was engaged in combat against the Frankenstein monster. I could be wrong about that, but I think that's what this shot depicts. So very cool. You can see Baragon 1965 here, and then 2023 when this figure was released. Again, nice little image there. And on the inside, you got some legal jargon in Japanese here. Again, the 1965 Baragon with the silhouette. Of course, Godzilla trademark information there. And just some more information on the back for Movie Monster Series in Japanese and English. Of course, Bandai Namco, etc., etc. So, and the Toho Company Trademark Limited. So, again, and like I said, just a cool little card there, cool little tag. Now for the figure itself, starting with the paint and the detail. So the paint scheme, mostly the same with a little bit of differences here and there, but it's like this sort of rocky brown type of color, almost like a grayish type brown for the main color scheme of his body here. But when you look at the face, obviously you do have some differences there. You got those big white eyes with the black pupils and white dots in the center there. Gives him that sort of puppy dog look. I believe he is a dinosaur, like a subterranean dinosaur type kaiju, but he still has that puppy dog look with those eyes. I really like that on his design there. And of course you got the horn in this sort of creamish bone color here. It's got a little bit of paint scuff on it, is what it is, but not too big of a deal for me. Again, though, that grayish brown, though, for the main paint scheme around his face. And of course, you got all the bumps, sort of osteoderms on the top of his head there. That looks really, really good. And then, of course, you got the nostrils here etched in, and the detail work for that is pretty nice. And on the mouth, the teeth aren't individually sculpted. They're painted in more of that sort of creamish bone color, as you guys can see, and then a red paint to depict the inside of the mouth there. So not like an actual open mouth. It's more just a solid piece that's painted. So, which is a lot of times standard fare for these Bandai figures, but it gets the job done nonetheless. And I still think it looks really good. I do really like this figure a lot. And of course, you got the large ears that are signature of Baragon's design here. And, again, with those sort of forked type points that he's got there, and all the wrinkles. And of grooves along there. Again, a little bit of a paint scuff there. It just came this way when I got it, but to me, not that big of a deal. So, and nice and sort of smooth on the backside of the ears. And of course, they're, a lot of times, or he's either depicted with the ears sort of flat back, or when he's sort of alerted like this. This is more so the design that you'll see when they're alerted. So, but looks really, really good, really indicative of Baragon's design, I think. And then, of course, you got the spikes that start at the top of the forehead here and run down the neck. And they're not very sharp to the touch, but definitely get the job done there. So nice vinyl, of course, for it. Of course, you got more of that detail work on the neck there, and you got some more of those bumps and line grooves done for it. And you even got some sort of like these sort of holes where it would actually give it that suit accurate look, where the suit actor would see and breathe through. So that's actually pretty cool there. I like that a lot. And of course, you got that trademark patterning Baragon that starts on the chest and runs down the abdomen all the way down the tail with that sort of checkerboard type patterning there. And I think they really captured it well. So you guys can see here running all the way down to the bottom on the underside of the tail there. Looks really good. The arms here have some nice little musculature, and again, more of those sort of osteoderms on them. Again, all this done in that grayish brown, sort of rocky brown color scheme here. The claws, nice and a little sharp to the touch there. Have that again, sort of creamish bone color, and it fades into the into that sort of rocky brown color there. I'm sorry. So, and then not so much on the underside's more so just the rocky brown, but definitely looks good nonetheless, I think here. Sorry about that. I just had something caught my attention real quick. Anyway, though, so you got more detail work along the body here. Again, some more of the osteoderms on the sides here. Then on the back, you've got that sort of armor plating that's very signature of Baragon's design. Really a lot of cool features that he's got. And these, as some other reviewers have, like even Shin Rob Jira has even pointed out, that you can tell it's actually a different shading than the grayish brown used for the main part of the body. This is like a deeper brown, almost like a purplish hue on the brown. So if you guys sort of see, just to give it a different type of shade, and that's done pretty much all along the armor plating on his back. And pretty much goes not all the way down to the tip of the tail, the armor plating does, but that shading sort of ends off around this area and then tapers into that grayish brown there. But you can definitely, if you look at it under the right light, you can definitely tell that's a different shade of brown. So very, very cool nonetheless. And then otherwise, yep, you got the legs with that sort of same musculature like the arms did. Nice sort of bumps, osteoderms. Nice detail work done for the legs. And again, that creamish bone color done for the toe claws here, just like his claws and teeth and horn. And just like the claws in the hands, more so just the grayish brown color on the underside, but still looks good nonetheless. And of course, you got your trademark information here on the feet, Bandai China, and then trademark Toho Company Limited on the other foot. So you guys can see all that there. And that pretty much takes care of it for the paint and the detail, I think. As far as articulation, basic vinyl figure, Bandai Movie Monster Series. So there's actually, this is a glue seal here at the base of the neck where it goes into the shoulders. Like I and many other collectors have denoted, I don't like to break glue seals. It's a little ridiculous that it's not articulated, but it is what it is. So nothing there. And then you've got, otherwise though, you do have articulation in both arms, and they can essentially rotate freely, and you can get 360 rotation pretty easily out of those. And then the legs also can rotate a little bit stiffer, but you can get 360 rotation for both legs. Yeah, just a little bit stiff. I don't usually move mine too much, so again, just kind of sits on the shelf, but definitely there you got that ability to rotate both arms, both legs, and then otherwise you've got the tail here, which can rotate, and of course you can get that to go a full 360. So again, basic articulation, but I think it gets the job done nonetheless. And other than that, take a look at sizing. Now he is, again, Bandai Movie Monster Series in the basic 6 to 7 inch scale. So here's the ruler first, so you guys can take a little look-see. And Baragon is supposed to be a little bit smaller of a kaiju, even though he's pretty much just standard fare for what they offer up. But you guys can see here, I'll bring the camera up, so you can see sort of where the top of the head is there. Yeah, I'd say it's about 5.5 inches, and then if you want to go to the top of the ears, that you're looking at about 6 inches, maybe even 6.25. So that's pretty much the height that you're looking at for this figure here, but definitely gets the job done nonetheless. And as a size comparison for this one, I just wanted to size him up against his opponent, since this is the 65 Baragon. So I have my Bandai Premium Kaiju Bangaichi Toho Frankenstein monster here, if I can get him to stand, because it's not the easiest thing in the world, but there you go. And now you got that pairing. Now this is not really 100% accurate, because I believe in the film Baragon was larger than the Frankenstein monster. But I still think it looks pretty good nonetheless. Definitely gets the job done, and I have them next to each other on my shelf, and really makes for an awesome little display, I think, with the two of them there. So very, very cool. Bring him to the side. And back like that. Now, other than that, as far as pricing, availability goes, I believe Amazon still sells them. I know eBay has plenty of listings of this Baragon figure here. I do see that it is more than the MSRP, which was about $30, I believe, at the time of release. Now I've been seeing it for more like between $40 and $50. So, definitely has been marked up a bit. I don't necessarily know that this figure is worth that much, but it's still a pretty cool figure, and definitely a great representation of Baragon nonetheless. I know that you have the Playmates version, which I've seen. Some of the features on that one, from what I've seen, look a little bit off. I kind of prefer, just from what I've seen, the Bandai version. So Bandai knows what they're doing for the most part. So, but I do think the Playmates one looks pretty good as well. So if anybody's interested, I still think overall that could be a good alternative if you can get it for a little bit cheaper than this one. But like I said, still pretty good nonetheless, though. And other than that, I think that about wraps it up for this video, folks. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure when I will be back with my next video, but, just play it by ear, see how it goes. I'm sure it'll be at least a few weeks or so. But, again, we'll just see how it goes. Other than that, though, I would definitely like to thank you guys so much for watching. If you would like to subscribe, please feel free to do so. If you would like to like and or comment on any of my videos, please feel free to do so as well. And just remember, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, you be good to yourselves, and sayonara.